Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Kayla and I feel so honored that you chose to come practice with me during this really sacred time of the month. I created this slow, gentle, really intentional, completely on the floor flow, specifically for the bleeding week of our moon cycle. So creating it with the intention to give ourselves permission to slow down, to rest, to tune into this really beautiful natural release that happens within our body every single month. So a physical release, as well as an emotional release, energetical release. We could say it's like the winter week of our month, right? And as in winter, there's destruction that happens so that new creation can come in, right? And the Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra, is the center of creation, creative expression, emotion, sexuality, pleasure, so many amazing things. So, again, I feel so honored that you chose to come practice with me. If you're not on your moon cycle and you're just craving a really gentle hip opening flow, that's totally okay too. You're more than welcome. And for this practice, I invite you to grab anything to help you feel supported or comfortable. So if you want to grab some blocks if you have them, or even cushions or pillows, if you want to grab a blanket for the end, if you want to make some tea or light some candles or set up an altar space, like create your vibe. If you want to make it into kind of like a ritual, I completely, totally invite you to do that as well. So, as you feel ready, we will get started in Sukhasana, easy seated pose. So you can root down through the sit bones, find that comfortable, easy seat. Invitation to close your eyes if that feels safe for you, or just keep a soft, easy gaze in front of your space. As we root down through the root chakra, through the hips, find length in the spine, open up through the heart, and begin to deepen your breath as you take long inhales through the nose. And just as long exhales through the nose, creating release, finding softness as you use your breath to release through the shoulders, unclench the jaw, release any muscles clenching in the face. Perhaps imagining a beautiful white light coming down through your crown and covering your whole body with love and compassion as it flows down over your shoulders, through your arms, as you release through your fingertips. Releasing through the hips, through the legs, sending your breath to anywhere you might feel like you're clenching anywhere. Breathing deep into that space. And deep exhale. Release and relax. This practice is giving so much love and focus to our hips, to our sacral chakra. So just naming that, as that can be a very sensitive space for people, depending on whatever your life experience may be, and that's okay. So feel free to modify or come out of a pose and rest at any moment if it's calling to you. We'll take another deep breath, filling the belly to the chest, all the way to the top. Full exhale, pour the air out, feel your body wave down, complete exhale at the bottom. Again, we'll inhale, feel the belly, and the heart. to the throat. Full exhale. We'll begin our practice with a little pranayama, a little breath work, so feel free to keep your eyes closed if you wish, or if you'd like to take a peek, I'll give an explanation. We're going to begin our practice with a 4-count box breath. So we'll inhale for 4, hold at the top for 4, exhale for 4, and hold at the bottom for 4. If for any reason that's not calling to you today, feel free to continue to just take long, deep, intentional breaths. We'll begin all together, sitting up nice and tall. Release through the shoulders, relax the jaw. As we take a normal inhale through the nose. Full exhale through the nose. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale for 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold and soften, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, soften, 3, 4. Continuing on your own. One more round, wherever you are, breathing deep. Endeavoring to find softness even in the holds. Biggest exhale, release all the air completely out of the lungs. And then after you hold again, after your next exhale, you can come into your own gentle breathing. Taking a moment to tune into whatever might be alive for you as we begin our practice, whether that's a physical sensation or any emotions. We breathe into that space with love and compassion and non-judgment, welcoming whatever might be with you physically, emotionally, or energetically at this time of the month. We welcome it before we begin. Take a nice deep inhale. Full exhale. Bringing your hands in front of your heart space. We'll connect to ourselves, to each other, and the whole universe with the sound of Om. Feel free to participate if you'd like. If you just want to mentally vibrate or receive, that's okay too. You take a full breath in, full breath out. Inhale for Om. Om. Amazing. Namaste. Namaste. All right, we'll begin right where you are. So we'll take our right hand and sit on the palm. So if you want to put it under your thigh or your glutes, either one, we'll gently just put it underneath. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, bring your shoulder over to the left side, nice and gentle. Moving slowly, as the neck can be a little sensitive. So be mindful of how this feels for you. As we breathe into this space along the neck and the shoulder, down the arm, as we create an ease opening. Perhaps with the exhales, imagining releasing whatever you might be carrying into this practice. And just another moment here. You can gently guide your neck back up to center with control. Release the right hand. Take your left hand and put it underneath the thigh or the glute. As we inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bring the ear down to the right shoulder again, nice and slow. Breathing into this opening. Exhaling whatever you want to release and let go. Perhaps releasing what you no longer wish to carry after this cycle. Gently bring your neck back up to center. We'll release the hand. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Turning the palms out, we'll exhale, wave the arms down with control, creating a bind behind your lower back. And then inhale, open up through the heart, creating an opening in the shoulders, through the heart space. Perhaps bringing your gaze slightly up, open through the throat. If this feels too much on your shoulders, feel free to just bring your hands to either side and perhaps tent the fingertips. As we breathe deeply here for a full inhale, full exhale. Releasing the grip if you have it. We'll inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the heart. Inhale, reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, we'll twist to the right, bringing your right hand behind you as we inhale, tall spine. Exhale, open through the right shoulder, gentle gaze towards the back of the space. Again, creating ease here as we breathe into a long spine. Exhale into the twist. Inhale, we'll gaze forward, reaching through the fingertips. Neutralize the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Again, turning slowly as we open up. The gaze follows. As we breathe, tall spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, gaze forward first. And then we'll reach up, send the energy up through the fingertips. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Rolling over onto your hands and knees. You would like to bring any kind of blanket or cushion underneath your knees to make it more comfortable, feel free to do so. We'll plant through the hands, connect the fingertips, grip the earth. Shoulders are going to be over your wrists, hips over knees, and then inhale, gaze up, open through the collarbone, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, cat pose. Inhale, we open up. Exhale, bring it in. Continuing to move with your breath. As we inhale, expand. And then exhale, push the earth away. Create a nice contraction in the navel. Moving as slow as you wish. Connecting to your breath. As we continue to open up in the spine. Invitation to create any intuitive movements here, so perhaps some barrel rolls or circles in the hips. Invitation to close your eyes and just tune in, asking yourself, what do I need in this moment? What is going to feel good in my body? Continuing to breathe deep. We're here for 2 more cycles of breath. As you finish your next exhale, inhale back into neutral tabletop, shoulders over wrists, and gentle grip of the earth. Protect the wrist. Shooting the right leg behind you, we'll tuck the toes and create a nice little gentle stretch on the back of the calf. Perhaps inviting in any gentle rocks if that feels good to open up on the back of the leg. Find stillness here. And then bringing the knee back into tabletop, we'll shoot it out to the side of your space. So it's going to be directly to the side, planting through the knife edge of the foot, shoulders over the wrists. Again, taking any gentle movements here if it feels good to open up in the hip, in the leg. Find stillness, planting through the left hand, bringing the right hand behind the right ear, and then inhale, open up, gaze up towards the sky. As we open up through the chest, creating a twist. Inhale, we gaze up, expand. Exhale, bring the elbow in to the left elbow. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, expand. Exhale for a final twist. Inhale, open. Exhale, come back to center, right hand plants, and the right leg can come back in tabletop. Repeating that on the other side, left leg goes long as we tuck the toes. Staying here, we're inviting in those gentle rocks, moving with your breath. We'll all find stillness, bringing the knee into center first, and then extending it out long to the side of your space, planting through the knife edge of the left foot. Again, opportunity to rock back and forth if that feels good to you, to open up. Knee at the top, planting through the right hand. Left hand comes behind the ear. Inhale, open up, expand. Feel the twist, the opening in the upper body. So we inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring the left elbow in to center. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale, expand through the heart. Deep exhale for final contraction. Inhale, we counter twist. Exhale, left hand comes down, left foot comes in. As we rock back to take a seat on our heels, if you need to bring a block underneath your heels or underneath your bum for support or a cushion, feel free to do that. Or if you just want to take Sukhasana pose, that is more than okay as well. We'll inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, plant the right fingertips and reach up and over with the left. As we gently open up through the left shoulder, rooting through the left hip, feel the stretch along the side body all the way down through the hip. So we take an inhale here, full exhale. Inhale, we rise and open, arms come out to a T, energetic fingertips, send it out. Full inhale. Exhale, we wrap the arms around into a hug, creating a rounded spine like a cat back. Inhale, open up. Exhale, plant the left hand down, reach up and over, take the side bend to the other side. Rooting the right hip down, reach through the right fingertips, take an inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, we rise, create that T shape in the arms. Full inhale into the heart. Exhale, round, create the hug, tuck the chin in. One more time each side, breath to movement. Inhale, open. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, we expand. Exhale, take the hug. Give yourself so much love. Inhale, open, send it out. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. Reach up towards the sky. Hands come together and then bring it into your heart space. Beautiful. Removing the block if you have it. We'll make our way back into tabletop pose first. And then walking your hands towards the front of your mat space. Shifting so your shoulders are over the wrists. Again, connect each fingertips like roots into the ground. We'll bring the heart through, tuck the pelvis, feel the core start to turn on as we take a full inhale. Exhale melts you down to the mat, keeping your elbows close to the body. Untucking the toes, bringing your hands beneath your shoulders or closer to your rib cage. As we take a deep exhale to prepare, exhale, exhale, exhale. And then inhale, open up, baby cobra. Little to no weight in the hands as we feel the hips, the pubic bone connect to the earth. Inhale, bring the heart through, slight tuck of the chin. Exhale, wave back down. Taking that 2 more times. Deep exhale to prepare. Inhale, we rise. Feel the back body engage through the glutes. Full inhale. Exhale, wave yourself back down with control. 1 more time. Exhale to prepare. Inhale, we rise and open up, baby cobra. Using your exhale to bring yourself back down to the mat. And then walking your forearms and palms in front of you, gently push yourself up into Sphinx pose. Bringing your heart through the shoulders. Again, gentle tuck of the hips of the pelvis. Helps you really connect that space to the earth. Gentle push of the forearms and the palms. Helps you rise into this back bend. Keeping the chin slightly tucked. With a nice neutral cervical spine. Perhaps closing the eyes here as we breathe deeply. Final deep breath in. Deep breath out. Slowly walking yourself back down, perhaps bringing your hands stacked on top of each other. The forehead can rest on top of the backs of the hands. Bringing your heels up to the sky, and then invitation for some windshield wipers in the legs to release through the lower back. And then bringing your right cheek to the mat, we'll create a goalpost shape in the arms, palms down. And then the left knee comes in line with the hip, flexing through the foot, creating an L shape in the leg. So the right cheek is planted on the earth. Left knee is lifted in line with the hip, bend in the knee, in this half frog pose. As we open up through the hip, and rest, feeling the earth completely support us in this moment of opening through the heart and the hips, breathing deeply. As you finish your next exhale, you bring your left knee back into center. Gentle push in the palms, and then rotate to bring your left cheek to the mat. Right knee can lift in line with the hip. Take the L shape in the leg, flex through the foot, and breathe. Half frog on the other side. Final breath here. Bring your right leg back in center. Hands can come beneath your shoulders as we tuck the toes. And then on the inhale, pushing up into tabletop pose. And then hips come over your toes into an active child's pose, melting your third eye into the earth. Maybe massaging that forehead on the mat space as we tune into and awaken that sacred center of intuition and inner wisdom. Inhale, we rise back into tabletop, bringing our hands right beneath the shoulders. The right knee is going to come up and out and around, finding hip circles towards the back of your space. After a few circles to the back, we can switch directions and move towards the front. And then scooching the right foot towards the front of your mat space. If it takes a couple little scooches, that's okay. Bringing them on the outside of your hands, finding lizard pose. So taking a moment to shoot that back leg behind you. Bring the heart through the shoulders. Side tuck of the pelvis encourages an opening in the left hip. Option to stay here lifted on your hands, or if it's within your practice to lower yourself onto your forearms, you can do that as well. Also, option to rotate onto the knife edge of the right foot, reaching up and over with the right hand to grab the inside arch of your left foot, more of a bind. If you're here, you want to focus on pushing the earth away with the left hand, tucking in the hips slightly, feeling the stretch along the quad. Wherever you are, we're breathing deeply. Full inhale, full exhale. Take a final breath here. You're holding onto your left foot. You can gently release it to the earth. And then scooching your right foot into the center. We'll find the knee right over the ankle, rounding through the right foot. And then inhale, reach up through the fingertips, low lunge. Soften the shoulders as we breathe deep. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, you reach again. Exhale, hands to the heart. Hands to the earth, or if you have blocks or cushions for support, that could be helpful as well. And then exhale, bring your hips back into half splits pose. So scooching that right heel towards the front of your space, flexing through the foot, keeping that left hip over the left knee as best as you can. Right hip comes down and in. Maybe a little bend in the right knee as we inhale, lengthen through the spine, bring the heart through. And then exhale, stay here or hinge at the hips, melting over that front leg. Taking a few deep breaths into the calf and the hamstring. Inhale is going to shift you forward into your low lunge, removing the blocks if you have them. And then bringing your right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle behind the left wrist, finding pigeon pose. Again, lengthening that left leg behind you. Inhale, grow tall in the spine, bring the heart through. If you need to bring a block or cushion underneath that right hip, feel free to grab that if it's supportive for you. And then we'll inhale, grow tall. Exhale, walk yourself forward, out and down over the right leg. Perhaps resting your forehead on your forearms. Two more deep cycles of breath here. Using your hands to gently guide yourself back up. We'll roll over onto the right hip and then swing the left leg around. Bringing both legs out long, finding our forward bending pose. So removing the sit bones, making sure your root is nice and connected to the earth first, flexing through the feet. I like to use my hands here. We can plant down through the palms in Dandasana first. And inhale, lengthen through the spine as best as you can, bringing the heart through, extending through the crown. And then taking a nice full inhale to prepare. Exhale, hinging at the hips, Just letting yourself melt over the legs and then grabbing onto wherever is accessible for you today. The calves, the thighs, the earth. Tucking your chin in slightly, keeping a nice long spine. Breathing deeply here. Final breath. Walk yourself back up. And then swing the legs over to the right, finding tabletop once more. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Repeating that on the left side, so bringing that left knee up and over towards the back of your space, inviting in some hip circles towards the back. And then switching directions towards the front. And then bringing your left leg through, perhaps taking a couple little walks. And putting it on the outside of your space, on the outside of your hands, lizard lunge on this side. As we create ease, opening through the hips, staying lifted on your hands, or if it's within your practice to lower yourself down, feel free to do that as well. And if you want to take the bind, we'll gently open up to the knife edge of the left foot, plant through the right hand, gently push the earth away, and then the left hand can come up and over, grabbing the inside of your right foot, opening through the shoulder, slight tuck of the hips, feel the opening in the quad. Breathing deep, inhale, full exhale. We'll be here for a few cycles of breath. Final breath in and out. And gently release the right foot if you have it. And then scooching your left foot back into the center, framing the foot. We'll ground down through that left heel, knees over the ankle. And then as you feel ready, inhale, you rise and reach, finding Anjali Asana, low lunge. Release through the shoulders. Sink into the hips. So we inhale here. Exhale, cactus through the arms, open the heart. Inhale, send it up. Hands come to prayer pose, and exhale, bring it into the heart space and down to the earth or blocks as we frame the foot. Taking an inhale to prepare. Exhale, hips go back into our half split pose. Get scooching the left heel towards the front of your space. Inviting in a little bend in the knee. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, stay here or hinge at the hips. Bringing your heart towards the left leg. Final cycle of breath. Inhale is going to shift you forward into low lunge. Remove the blocks if you have them. And then bringing your left knee behind the left wrist, pigeon pose on this side, sending that right leg behind you, nice and long. You can take a peek over your shoulder. Make it nice and straight. Inhale, push yourself up, bring the heart through. And then exhale, forward, out and down, melting over the leg. Two more cycles of breath. yourself back up to center. Again, roll over onto the left hip. Bring the right leg around, and this time find a wide-legged stance. Flexing through the feet. So rooting through the sit bones. Inhale, nice tall spine first. We're gonna move breath to movement to just open up through the hips first. So inhale, grow tall. Exhale, fold over the right leg. It doesn't have to be super deep. So we inhale, come right back up to center, and exhale, hinge at the hips towards the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. Again, it doesn't have to be a super deep fold quite yet. We're just breathing into that hip space, giving love and breath into that sacred space that holds so much emotion. Opening through the psoas muscle. Moving with the breath for a few more rounds. One more time each side. Inhale, we come back to center, reaching through the fingertips, grow long. Exhale, plant the right hand down. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale, side bend to the right. If you're able to come down onto that forearm, you can. So we open through the left shoulder, rooting down through the left hip as we encourage more of a stretch along that side. Final breath here. As you finish your exhale, inhale, we reach through the fingertips, and then face the right leg, and then using the exhale to now hinge and take a full fold over the leg. Endeavoring to keep that spine as long as you can, shooting through the crown. The heart comes through the shoulders. Hands reach wherever they may today, honoring your own unique depth as we breathe deeply here. One more inhale, breathe in. Breathe out. Walking yourself back up to center. We'll inhale, reach towards the sky, and then bringing that left palm down to the earth. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, take that side bend. Coming to your forearm. If that feels good for you, opening through the shoulder, rooting through the hip. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, ground down. Final cycle of breath. Using your hand for support, inhale and rise and reach. Neutralize the spine. And then exhale, fold over the left leg. Using your hands to push yourself back up. Take a center fold, but again, taking a moment to just encourage opening through the hips first, moving breath to movements. Inhale, grow tall in the spine. Exhale, gentle fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And then inhale, we grow tall. And staying here for a moment, invitation to create collie grip with your hands. So that's going to be our first fingers, our pointer fingers pointed up. Left thumb is going to be wrapped over the right. And Kali is a representation. She represents destruction before creation. So I wanted to channel that energy and bring that in with our breath to our practice for a moment. If you don't want to take Kali grip, that is absolutely okay. You can use your hands and just place them wherever feels comfortable for you. Invitation though to create Kali and bring it in front of your sacral chakra, as we're going to take a moment to breathe into our sacred spaces, into our body, to celebrate this release and invite in the energy of creation. Taking a nice deep inhale, full exhale. Bringing the Kali grip in front of your heart space, that sacred center of love and compassion. Breathe in, breathe out. And then bringing it in front of your third eye, the space of intuition and inner wisdom. We take a breath. Breathe in. Deep exhale. Inhale, we reach and point it towards the sky. Send that beautiful energy all the way up. And then use your exhale to take that center fold, bringing yourself down. Keeping a nice long spine. Again, honoring however far, however deep you go into this fold is absolutely okay. As we want to ease open here and not force. Final breath in. Full exhale out. Using your hands to walk you back up to center. We'll bring our legs together. Maybe give them a little shake. Open up through the feet, through the hips. And then stamping your feet on the earth. We'll grab behind the thighs. Inhale, nice long spine. Bring the heart through. And then gentle rock back as you bring the navel into the spine. Feel the core turn on just for a moment to connect. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale with control, melting the spine inch by inch, waving it down onto the mat. Bringing your left foot to stamp behind the glutes. We'll plant the lower back and then reach with the right foot up in space. Stamp the ceiling as you flex the foot. Taking a little stretch here. And then as you feel ready, bringing the right heel over the left knee, opening the knee up into reclined figure 4. Staying here, if this feels enough for you, as you gently guide the knee open, or if you'd like to add on another layer, grab on the inside of the left thigh. As you flex through the left foot, making sure both feet are flexed. And then gently guiding the leg into your space. Final breath in and out. Bringing the left foot down to the earth. If it's up in the air, we'll reach through the right leg, create a counter stretch, and then switch it out. Right foot can stamp down. Reach through the left foot, flexing through, rooting the lower back down. Breathe into this stretch. And then the left heel can hook on the top of the right thigh. Again, staying here if that feels like enough, or grabbing onto the inside of the thigh. Flexing through both feet. Breathing into the glute and the hip. Perhaps this side feels a little different, that's okay. After you finish your next exhale, and bring that right foot down to the earth. If it's up in the air, reaching through the left leg, little counter stretch. And then the right foot can come into the earth. Stamping both feet behind your glutes this time, keeping them hip distance. Taking a few rounds of bridge pose. Opening through the heart, shimming the shoulder blades under, and then connecting the lower back into the earth. It's very important as we gently tuck the hips. Palms can ground down into the earth. As we exhale the air all the way down, connect the lower back. And then inhale, push through the heels, hips lift up towards the sky. Again, connecting to the inner thighs, making sure they're hip distance, almost like you're squeezing a ball of energy between your legs. As we take a full inhale here, and then exhale, wave the spine back down with control. Taking 2 more rounds. So we exhale the air all the way out. And then inhale, lift the hips towards the sky, pushing through the heels. Feel the legs and the glutes turn on. So we deeply inhale into the belly. Exhale, bring ourselves back down. One more time. Deep exhale, plant the lower back. Inhale, hips go high. Push through the heels. Option to bring your hands in a bind underneath you, just shimming the shoulders and really open up through the heart as we take a full inhale. And then exhale, bringing the hips back down with control. Both knees can come into your chest as we give ourselves a little hug, perhaps rock side to side. And then opening the knees to find Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet to touch. The knees go out wide. If you want to bring any blocks or cushions underneath your knees for support, that is absolutely an option. As we settle into this hip opener space, option to bring your hands and put them on top of your sacral chakra, this Svadhisthana, this beautiful womb space. As we take this moment to rest and breathe and release. Take 2 more full cycles of breath. Welcoming any messages or feelings that might be arising for you right now, might be rising up through the practice. We welcome them with love and compassion and non-judgment into this brave, loving space. Your hands on the outside of the knees and gently closing them like a book. Again, we bring the knees into the chest, give a little squeeze. And then as you feel ready, we'll use your exhale and bring both knees over to the left side of your space, taking supine twist, stacking the right knee on top of the left. If you want to bring any cushions or blocks beneath your knees, that is absolutely an option. Arms may go out in a T, palms down. Endeavoring to bring that right shoulder down, planted on the earth as best you can. And then option to turn the head over the right shoulder if that feels good for your neck. Breathing into the twist. Final breath in. And breath out. Turning your gaze back to center first. Guiding your knees into your chest. You give a little neutralizing rock or squeeze. And then as you feel ready, guiding them over to the right side of your space, taking support if you need. Left hip stacked on right. Reaching through the fingertips, go long. And then turning the gaze, if that feels good for you, over the left shoulder. Final cycle of breath here. Bring your gaze back to center. Knees come into the chest as we bring them in. And then sending your legs up, long legs up the wall, flexing through the feet, stamping the ceiling, perhaps inviting a little bend in the knees as you root the hip bones into the earth. Staying here, or if you want to invite in happy baby for your final pose of this practice, that is an option as well, grabbing onto the inside or outside arches of the feet. And then taking some rocks, if that feels good for you, to open up and massage. Again here, keeping the lower back rooted into the earth, so if you need to bend your knees a little more, that's okay. Wherever you are, we're here for 2 cycles of breath. Bringing your knees into your chest for one final big hug. Giving a nice big squeeze. Giving yourself so much love and gratitude for showing up in this space. This brave, beautiful space. Take a nice full inhale. Full exhale, grow long. Opening up, taking whatever you need to find comfort in your Shavasana. If you want to grab any pillows or blankets. So you begin to deepen the breath in through the nose. Okay, do that again. Bringing your knees into your chest and rounding up, wrapping your arms around you, giving one final big hug. Giving yourself so much love and gratitude for showing up for yourself in this brave, beautiful way. Take a nice full inhale. Exhale, release, grow long on your mat as you open up. Feel free to take whatever you need to be comfortable in the Shavasana space. Any blankets or pillows, perhaps shimmying the shoulders underneath you to really open up through the heart. As we deepen the breath in through the nose, out through the nose, giving yourself permission to rest and relax and blow heavy onto the earth. Perhaps breathing in a nice, beautiful orange light that surrounds your whole body. Orange, the color of our sacral or Svadhisthana chakra. Wrapping yourself in this beautiful orange light. As we breathe deeply, relaxing the toes and the feet. Releasing through the calves and the thighs. As we soften in the hips, feeling the weight of your body sink into the mat, opening through the fingers, Relaxing through the arms, releasing through the shoulders, softening through the neck and the jaw. So we relax all the muscles in the face. Releasing through the mind, softening in that beautiful sacred heart space. Taking a nice full inhale, fill your belly, your lungs, all the way to your heart. Deepest exhale as you release into Shavasana. Feel free to stay here as long as you wish. You feel ready to awaken back into your day. You can begin by deepening your breath. Full inhale. Full exhale. And begin to invite small movements into your fingers and your toes. Tuning into your senses, perhaps feeling the mat beneath you. Whenever you're ready, I invite you to invite in any bigger movements or stretches that might feel good for you. Perhaps inhaling, reaching up long, creating a beautiful, expansive stretch, breathing from your toes and sending fresh breath and prana all the way through your body, through your fingertips. And bring your hands back down by your sides, palms down. Our last pranayama is actually going to be here on our back. So feel free to keep your hands planted on the earth, or if you want to bring them to rest on top of your womb space, your sacral, or one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, or wherever is calling to you in your body to receive some breath and some love. I invite you to put your hands wherever feels safest for you. And here on our back, we're going to take 3 rounds of Brahmari breath. So it's going to be an inhale and exhale through the nose. And on your exhale, you're going to create a humming noise, almost like that of a honeybee, or the end of an om. So it'll sound like this. With this beautiful vibrational breath, We encourage release within the body and feel the vibration as we lay on the earth, giving it to the earth, releasing it down so that she can make it into something new. Taking a nice normal inhale through the nose, fill up. Normal exhale through the nose, release, let it go. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale for Brahmari. Full inhale. Final time, breathe in. As you feel ready, I invite you to roll over to your right side. Bring your knees into your chest, using your bottom arm as a pillow, that top hand perhaps planted into the earth. As we take this final moment of rest, as we move from destruction into creation in this symbolism of death to rebirth within our practice, within this beautiful sacred cycle within our body. Planting our hand into the earth, releasing what we no longer want to bring into this next coming month, releasing it with love and gratitude. And as you feel ready, gently pushing yourself up into an easy seat, facing the front of your space. Rooting the sit bones down, breathing in and growing tall in the spine, softening through the heart, release through the shoulders and the jaw. Bring your hands in front of your heart space. We seal our practice with an Om. Take a nice full inhale. Full exhale, release, let it go. Inhale for Om. The light, the love, the infinite potential that is in me sees and honors the light, the love, the infinite potential in all of you. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you again for joining me in this beautiful moon cycle practice. If you would like to learn more about our moon cycle and what happens within our body and just kind of the spiritual things around it week to week, I linked my friend, my sister, my teacher, her name is Joy. She did a YouTube little workshop on our moon cycle, so I linked that below if you're interested in learning more. But I hope you have a beautiful, gentle rest of your day. You can take rest if you need it, and just whatever you need to honor yourself and your body as we cultivate all this beautiful magic within, so that we can pour and create and express and take up space. Yes. Happy moon cycle, my beautiful friends. Namaste.